exciting episode of $1 Million Peddlers. I'm Paperboy.
Yay! I'm Mr. Magazine.
Hey, another goofy episode.
Or a goofy person in the episode.
There we go. Anybody that doesn't know, I'm Paperboy. I've got 18,000 items now up on eBay.
Nice.
Working that on up, and over 40,000 items total online. Sell out of my house, one-man band, day job. And you are?
Mr. Magazine with the big warehouse, over a dozen employees, over 500,000 items listed, and about 300 sales a day.
And we do have a lot of people new to the channel. Definitely do check out the warehouse tour. I'll put a link in. It'll pop up at some point during the video. So you can check out the warehouse tour. You can see the warehouse. It's a lot of fun. One of our better series that we did. Today I want to talk about something that people regularly say. Good friend of the channel, Auction
Like
Professor.
What?
People
What?
do regularly say that.
What?
They do. Yay.
What?
Good friend of the channel, Auction Professor, teamed up with E-commerce Bytes and did a survey. And one of the big results of the survey was that a fair number of people use promoted listings. We do use it from time to time when we remember to put it on. We tend to be list it and forget it. We also tend to be set up promoted listings and forget it. You set up sales and forget them until they're set to end.
Right.
It's not the best way to do things, we will readily admit. However, with time constraints, it's the way that we end up doing things. The best way probably is to, same thing with make offers to buyers. I just send out a blanket offer when I do get them. The best way is go through each one individually, tailor the offer based on what it is, how long it's been up, et cetera, et cetera. That's a lot of extra work. We tend to find the cookie cutter approach tends to work best for us. So, for example, promoted listings, we might set them up at 5% today, and then not worry about it again for a while until we look and go, hey, there's a lot of stuff that's not promoted.
Yeah.
Or certain categories we may or may not promote, et cetera, et cetera. But one of the big things that came up in the survey was a lot of people did not want to use promoted listings. And the reason why was, I already pay eBay to bring customers. Why am I paying them more?
Right.
Let me ask you a question.
Okay.
We're going to go back a few years because I don't know if any malls still exist in America. But back when malls existed, name a couple of stores that were in your typical big mall.
Sears?
That's exactly the one I was thinking of. Sears, Bon-Ton, Macy's, whatever.
JCPenney's?
They were there too. Did you ever pick up a Sunday paper?
At the mall?
No, in general.
Occasionally.
And what was in the center, right around the comic section, what was in the center of all of the papers, the Sunday papers?
It was like...
Advertising circulars.
Yeah, exactly.
Who advertised in those?
Mall stores?
Sears, JCPenney, Bon-Ton. Do you think, and granted it didn't work out so well for him in the long term, but that's a whole other story, but do you think the CEO of Sears said, why are we going to advertise our products? We already go to the mall, or we're already at the mall. Let the mall advertise for us.
Right.
Probably not.
No.
Do you think, have you walked through the mall? Do various stores have little signs outside in the walk area that 20% off, come on in, this, that?
They're like big posters, yeah.
Yeah. Are those advertising?
It appears to be.
Why do they do that if they already pay the mall to bring people there?
More
It's not enough.
Right, exactly.
It's not enough is what it comes down to. So to the people that sell in categories that would probably benefit from promoted listings, and we've talked about this before, but those would be crowded categories. If you're selling things like K-Cups, you definitely need to stand out. Right. If you're selling clothing, you need to stand out. If you're selling very common things, even in the collectible things, if you're selling, I don't do very much with sports cards, but if you're selling the moderately hot boxes, now if you're selling some hot box of cards that very, very limited, you probably don't need to draw people to it because people are going to find it.
Right, yeah.
But if I'm selling, I don't know, 1991 Topps baseball cards on open packs, those aren't hot, are they, at this point? No. You probably want to draw people to those, so people searching on Topps boxes, people searching on it, they find that. You're selling car magazines, you want to be able to draw people to it.
Sure.
you can advertise using promoted listings for 1%.
Yeah.
So at that point, you're paying 1% on top of whatever you're paying eBay in order to draw people. If you're selling on something that requires a little extra oomph on your part, I don't know. I think it's a good investment.
Yeah.
What would you feel about that?
Yeah, absolutely. I think so. I mean, in our experience, it's only helped me, I think, sell more items. So even if it's 2-3 more items a day, you're talking about maybe 100 items at the end of the month. You know, it helps out.
Well, and I think a lot of people will say, well, you've got that one item just the right person has to find. And I do agree with that. If you've got some really obscure item, or again, you've got the hot new card. I mean, if I put on a Thai Cobb grated tobacco card, I don't have to promote it.
That's
People
right.
will find that.
Right.
No question at all about it. However, I put on well, not windshield wipers for a Subaru. Those are hard to find. But I put on, those car parts. I may need to promote that to draw people to it, because why is somebody going to pick up my car part versus others?
Right.
It's almost the same. Well, what's another way? You've got a car magazine. March 1977 Road and Track. You probably have 18 of them, but that's a whole other story.
Sure.
You have that. What are ways that you can sell that?
I would look for the most obscure car in there, not the Corvette, or not the Chevy or the Camaro. I would look for a Peugeot or some rare Datsun 280Z, something that no one else would be listing.
Okay, so you can sell it because of keywords.
Correct.
There's a small chance, very small, on something like that you could sell it because of condition. Mine has no mailing label.
Mint condition.
You might be able to make the sale on that. You can make the sale off of price. But let me ask you a question. You go on and you're going to list that. And there's 25 of them on there. And the lowest price one in similar condition is $10.
Okay.
If you're competing on price, what do you do?
Well, I'd have to go under $10.
Yeah, so you go $9 or $9.50 or whatever it is.
Right.
Aren't you... I guess the question I have is, you're paying 50 cents out of your pocket, even though it doesn't seem like it, by lowering your price versus listing it at 10 and a quarter and doing promoted listings at 1%.
Sure.
1% of $10 is a dime.
Right.
So, you're sitting there, you're spending an extra 11 cents. You're actually kind of in the same boat with the fees as if you compete on price. And I understand the people that say, well, I already give them enough money, but it's really no different than if you compete on price. It's just flip that upside down, and it's the same thing.
Or if you take an offer and you take $1 less or whatever. Whatever it takes to sell that product.
It's all about, on the common things, it's all about driving people to your listing. And the other thing that you need to remember is, maybe I don't sell that March 19, whatever the heck year it was, Road and Track, I've forgotten already. Maybe I don't sell that, but maybe somebody clicks on that and says, oh, I never heard of this guy before. Let me click on his store, and all of a sudden they start buying other things. It's a way to draw customers in. So I would implore you that if you've got common items, that you got out of the mindset that I give eBay enough money already. Yes, we do. We all do. I'm not denying that. But on the standard promoted listings, you do not pay unless you sell. So there's no risk to you. So give it a try. And I'm not saying go out and you could do 100%, I believe, if you wanted to.
I think so, yeah.
I'm not saying go out and do 100%. I think that would be a poor business decision. Personally, I'm not a fan of doing the match what eBay suggests, because those just look to be made up numbers. Find a number that you're happy with, be it 2%, be it 5%, whatever that number happens to be that you're happy with. Find that number on common items and give it a try. Worst case scenario, you're out nothing other than your time to set it up. Best case scenario, it drives some extra sales, and you say, yeah, I am giving eBay a little bit extra, but I'm making a little bit extra.
Yeah.
So hopefully that helps you some. Do comment down below, but again, I do think it's short-sighted to say I give eBay enough money already, because I'd be happy to give eBay a ton more money if that means I sell out.
Absolutely.
So hopefully it helps you some. Hit the like button if you haven't already, and we will see you next video. Yay!
Yeah. Take care. Bye-bye.